Hi, beautiful souls. I am coming to you on November 16th with a little energy update. I did bring out the cards this time. I'm finding a lot of my peace, which is pretty normal for me being a double earth sign to be outside in nature. So it's definitely a drop in temperature here, but I feel more grounded. I feel more connected to the divine. I feel more in peace and in harmony when I'm outside in nature. And so wanted to bring you guys out here with me again today. I have deer all around me, turkeys all around me. I just got done doing my chores again. Many of you know, if you're a subscriber, I have horses and chickens and all kinds of pets and animals, which I find them to be the epitome of great love. So, unconditional love, like agape love. So, I just wanted to update you guys. We had Mercury stationed to go direct on election day, November 3rd. And Mercury and Mars have both been retrograde, and Mars is now direct as of the 13th. So many of you could be feeling a little bit more like momentum, vitality within you. Mars is our energy of, ambitions. When we get up in the morning and have the energy to begin our day. And for me, beginning my day in stillness is important because, as we know, 2020 has been very intense thus far, and I don't see it calming down much as of right now. So just remember to connect every morning because that's helped me tremendously. We had the new moon on the 15th in the sign of Scorpio at 12:07 a.m. So we are still in the energy of that. Mercury and Mars are both inner planets. So the influence and us feeling it, even if we know nothing about astrology, usually is more significant, has more of an influence within us, right? As above, so below. So those two planets are now direct. So we could be starting to feel a little more vitality. We could see a lot more communication coming out with Mercury. It is currently, I believe, in Scorpio, but it'll be going into, oh no, that's Venus. Hold on. So there's still a lot of information that's been hidden because Pluto rules Scorpio and Mercury being in that sign. So information starting to come out that, of course, has been hidden, and lies and deception and on and on and on. So we'll continue to see that all the way through this year, because what astrologers call the Great Conjunction, which they believe is ushering in the age of Aquarius, the age of light, is going to be taking place on December 21st, and that is the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. So pay attention to that as we're going throughout the rest of November and December. We're going to see this with coming into the eclipse that's going to take place also in December. A lot of endings, because eclipses get rid of support the energy of endings of old ways. And I personally feel it's going to be an end of the hierarchy in the systems of the top down. So still in this dismantling phase as we're all trying to, walk blindly into what our future is going to be, because nobody really knows. So that's this support that I have found is connecting to my higher self, God, creator, source every day. We have a Mercury, Uranus, I believe they call it an inconjunct, that could be pulling on your intellectual mind. Uranus being the higher mind, the cosmic mind, the language of God, creator itself. So pay attention to your dream states, because we could have a lot of downloads, a lot of information coming through us. And energetically, if you're feeling it a little bit difficult to regulate your body heat, make sure you're increasing your self-care and really listening to that stillness and that voice within you, that higher collective consciousness. Because I know my girlfriend and I were talking briefly this morning, and we've been both very weepy, and I believe it's because the feminines, doesn't have to be females, of course, that are waking up and seeing, the truth, the way, the deception that's being revealed with that stellium of 3 that's been in Capricorn is huge. And the web of deception, I don't think any of us could have realized how dark and deep it's been, for years. And so with us going into the age of Aquarius, that's my whole point. These things are being revealed to us. And as I've said many times, my fire pit's right there. We have to redo our foundations because our foundations have been built on, bullshit. And if it ain't the truth, and if it ain't your authenticity, and you've built your foundation starting in the micro, right, in your personal life, if you've tolerated things that didn't feed your soul, same as on the collective, we are one human race. So this game of them using this cultural difference, gender difference, you name it, isn't going to work anymore. Because in my perspective, we're all sparks of creation itself. So that's really what we're seeing in this dismantling, and it's batshit crazy to believe that our souls chose to be here at this time to go through this, because it's intense. As me being an empath, being awake, I'm no more numbing myself with any of the things that I used in my first 40 years of, alcohol, and numbing my truth and numbing my sensitivities. And so now I'm all natural. And where I've came to find that my biggest strength comes from sitting in my stillness. I am a prayer warrior. I'm constantly, I turned my old negative self-talk with that Mercury mind into prayer. And I just call out for that prayer. So, but back to what I was saying, me and my girlfriend discussing that, of feeling very weepy, because the wise one within you, within me, we know things haven't been righteous, right? And so it's really hard to see and intuitively feel all the hidden things that have been hidden in deception, and humans, turning from their wicked ways, and whatever being revealed is very, very intense. And so just keep tethering to the divine, because we're going to continue to see this. And maybe when the sun moves out of Scorpio around the 21st, I believe it goes into Sagittarius, we may have a little bit more of an optimism, because by that time there's going to be more things revealed, and hopefully, humans start getting held accountable. I know for my state, we just got put in lockdown again. And to me, lockdown is for people, that term was around for inmates and prisoners and whatever. And they're using it all in the name of protecting you for your good health. And it's such a bullshit lie. It's being used as a distraction, as a placebo, as a way to gaslight, like I said on my last video, gaslighting you from the truth of the major voter fraud and this, that, and the other. And as I said also in the last video, it is more than political. This is the darkness trying to hold on from the 1% of humanity that have sold their souls for greed and lust and all this nonsense, and power basically over the other people, are just squirming and trying to hold on. But I'm a firm believer in the truth and the way. With this major, this great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn happening on the 21st of December, and the solar eclipse is right around there too. Don't quote me when, I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll come on and cover that more. But that is going to be a huge, like, many of us are having revelations already, like aha moments. Now these dots are connecting, and that's because we're supposed to be, as I started my channel this year, of trusting your intuition and being in your authentic self, because that is going to be the way, that the path, to your righteousness. And so the first card that we got is the Arrow, card number 3, and card number 3 to me is change. This is you aligning your heart and soul. This is aligning your intellect with your heart, walking forward courageously, righteously in your truth, and shooting for the stars, shooting higher, seeing the bigger perspective, getting yourself in alignment. I know for me, I've been doing a lot of prayer work with calling in the divine white light, helping balance my nervous system, because that is definitely taxed right now. You guys all know, I'm sure everybody can resonate, that the collective energy is so intense that even if you're not in, just say per se, the fear of the virus itself, the collective fear, can move through us if we're sensitives. And so getting in alignment, uh, balancing that intellect mind, very representative of um, Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini and Virgos. So Geminis and Virgos could be feeling this a whole lot more intense than most people. Again, also Mars, ruler of Aries, old ruler, ancient ruler of Scorpio. So Scorpio, Aries could be feeling this intensity even more. Tether to the divine. Slow your intellect down by doing either breath work or meditation, and allow that to get into the heart space by trusting the divine purpose, to trusting yourself, to being spiritually courageous, and then utilize that in that balanced state to see the bigger perspective of the movie that we're all witnessing unfold, and trusting that God, creator of the universe, has a divine purpose for what we're all going through right now. This is huge transformational energy, you guys. So I love the arrow. Use this arrow to align you and shoot you higher instead of wounding, If you have a negative mindset, flip the script. That was huge for me. That was huge for me because I'm in that intellectual mind a lot, being a Virgo myself. And so how I've slowed that overthinking, over analyzing down is through breath work and meditation. So this is beneficial for all people. But if you are a Virgo or a Gemini, you are ruled by that Mercury, mind, thinking, intellect, communication. Keep in mind what your communication is. Align with your heart. Let your intellect and your heart be aligned so that you can manifest what you want to see. I know for me, I've been calling upon Yeshua every night to help keep myself in balance, and I've just been professing I am in perfect health physically. I am in perfect health emotionally and mentally. And then I send that light out to all. And I send that light out to open those people who have closed down their hearts, who have turned towards the wicked ways of the world instead of turning against them and going to God, creator, source of the universe, the love, the truth, the way. Secondly, we got the card 11, which is a huge, 11 is the spiritual number, right? It is the two pillars. It is the counsel. It is hands over that heart. It is seeking the counsel. It is asking, to not take away the issues that we have, but to be with me. It is that seeking that inner wisdom within you when you do align with your heart. Get that intellect and the heart in alignment. And I better put these away because the wind's picking up out here. It's chilly. And seeking that higher counsel. And how you do that is through prayer. I got the solar plexus, the prayer chakra, prayer card to go lastly with this. And so for me, flipping the script of, getting away from the old belief systems of thinking that God doesn't hear me, that I have to go through another person in order to connect. A lot of us are remembering, we're getting self-realized, we're waking up, and how we have a huge ability to manifest what we want. It's crazy to me, but it's true, that human beings have created the life that we're seeing right now in our society. And when I had the self-realization of that, I thought, holy shit. So how I am doing my part and how every individual does their part is by flipping the script. It is about this, how I was talking about the Mercury and Uranus in conjunct that's happening, I think maybe now, of listening and being open to the collective consciousness soup of creator, the council, the spirit realm that is right here, right now, in every present moment. It's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's in the every now. And so utilizing prayer to gain your spiritual muscles and always knowing that you're never alone. I think it's not funny, but definitely not coincidence that those that have been in the top down wanting to control the masses has always put your power outside of you. And what a lot of us are realizing is that the power is within us. When we change ourselves, it is contributing to the collective soup. And so it's so important to tether to the divine, to know that you're worthy of good things, so that you're pinging out the energy of I'm worthy and I'm peaceful and I am love and I am truth and I am the way. That way we can maybe reverse, well, we will eventually, I just don't know how long it'll take, what we're seeing in our society. So seeking the higher counsel is also being still and listening. That Uranus energy of the cosmic mind, of knowing our oneness, so that we can connect, listen, be still and listen, and therefore, just like her beautiful little antlers and the halo behind her, putting that energy of goodness out into the ethers, because it is so important to realize that what we think, we create, we manifest. Oh my God. If I would have known that when I was, 2021, I surely would have not have been in the victim mode that I was. None of us are here are victims. Have we been victims of, whether it was our own lack of self-worth? Absolutely. And then that pinged out to other people. That's why many of us empaths were around narcissists. We were in family lineages that were very karmic. It was our time this time to end that, so that we can incarnate more into the time of accepting your individuality, no expectations, just bringing your authentic self and loving yourself and being honored by those that you surround yourself with. So I'm going to do one more. My hands are getting very cold. From the energy of crying. And I thought this was important today because we are going through so many shifts and changes. We are seeing the dark energy fighting for control, trying to lock us down again in the name of our health, which is bullshit. Trying to separate families so they can't discuss what's going on with the voter fraud, telling us that we can't have family functions and holidays and Thanksgiving, and don't comply. Too many people complied in March because we were a little all freaked out over, oh my God, what's going on? It's all been planned and orchestrated by the dark. They will not win, but it's time for you, for me, every individual to step up, stop being compliant, take your power back. And backtracking a little bit to the energy of what I was saying with me and my girlfriend, the crones, the feminines are knowing and being weepy because we know things haven't been right. So take the power back. Nobody can take it unless you give it. And it's time to stand together and stand strong and take the power back over your frickin' children too. I told people in the beginning to take your loved ones out of nursing homes and to remove your children from public school until the adults got their shit together. And we're getting to the point now where the more they take, they will not give it back. You have to take it back, you guys. So stand up. They want to shut you down, just like my beautiful Stand Up Michigan group. They want to shut you down, lock you down out of your businesses, take the bolt cutters and open the shit back up and open your damn doors. If you don't, we're going to end up like North Korea and China. This is a power grab. This is about dark and light. And I suggest that everybody across the globe, no matter what your political view is, to surround our president currently, Mr. Trump, our beautiful POTUS, with white light, whether you like his personality or not, because he is the only thing other than the people that have stood up to stand in the way of a full takeover. Show your light. It's time to stop playing small. Let me get to it here. And hopefully I can read it without my glasses. Man, my hands are freezing. We dropped like 40 degrees here where I'm at, so I gotta put my gloves back on, guys. They're getting chilly. Thanks for being here with me. Share this out if it resonates. If you're new today, thanks for being here. I keep forgetting to say this. I'm terrible about it. Please do give me a like on my YouTube channel, guys. Do it directly through YouTube. If you're doing and watching this through a different platform, it does not give me the algorithms. I'm still learning Rumble. and BitChute, so these will in the future most likely be uploaded there as well, as I'm trying to get away from YouTube. It's time. It's time to stop playing small. It is time to stop worrying or being concerned of persecution. Yeshua himself was persecuted. We are supported collectively by the divine to step into your authenticity and show your light. Do not play small. What are you supposed to do? Just be, old soul. Go to work. Show the light there. Show that you have compassion for those around you. Go home to your family, who perhaps don't believe this, and don't judge them. Instead, show your compassion to them because you have a piece of God inside of you. That was another thing. I'm so glad. This is no coincidence. Women, if you're spiritual, if you know there's a higher calling, if you are a prayer warrior, if you show your compassionate heart, be the matriarch in your family to empower not only your children, but maybe your significant other. This came to me as I was doing chores earlier. My husband and my daughter don't have to believe, but I still have my light pinging, showing my light. They both know how much I love Yeshua. They both know how I love, and I know we are all supported by God, Creator, Source, and that we are souls having a human experience, and that we will go on in a different form. This card exemplifies another one to the consistent, loving teachings of Cryon. On this card, it is actually an answer to the following question. As a light worker and an old soul in this new energy, how can I best give people this great message of hope for humanity? Cryon's answer doesn't match what most people think it might be. Cryon is basically saying, just be. But the just be is an energy which teaches everything. It teaches love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, patience, are all the attributes that Cryon says are catalyst. That means that they are light in the darkness and can change everything around you. Do you have any friends, associates, or relatives who think you're a little strange because you believe what you believe? When you are required to be with them, how do you react to this? In the past, you might have defended yourself or tried to get them to understand, or just gone away angry. But Cryon says to forget all of that and just love. Perfect. Perfect freaking message, as I was just reflecting earlier in the barn. It is a matter of, I don't care who thinks I'm a conspiracy theorist. That if anybody knows that term, which we got major gaslighting on the collective scale right now, knows where that term even came from, call me a tinfoil hat. I don't care. Call me whatever. Call me spiritual woo-woo. I'm far from that. I embrace every aspect of myself. My last video was down and out. I was depressed. I'm not going to ignore that neither. But at the end of the day, the light that has been ignited within me through all the trials and tribulations that I've experienced in my life, I am here to point you as a light worker, as an old soul, to get into, stepping into your power that's always been there. Allow it to radiate around, and you don't have to separate yourself. You don't have to surround yourself with narcissists or bullies of the world, but what you can do in your prayer closet, like I do many times, is send out light to even those that have hardened hearts, that have chosen lust and greed and slander and persecution for anybody who speaks truth. Don't tolerate bullshit, but know who you are and have the full armor of God in. Blessings, you guys, and I am so thankful that you're here with me. Again, like I said, if this resonates, share it out. Continue to find yourselves different platforms for connecting with each other, because those that have dark energy behind them will eventually fall. Give the new platforms out there, Parler, MeWe, an opportunity, because they are going to grow as we step more into the age of Aquarius. And so far, the energy behind them both is beautiful and as of light. So, thanks for being here. Thumbs up, please. Namaste.